as we've reported, Trump has proposed mass deportations for illegal immigrants, saying you don't have to go home, but you have to get your ass the hell out of here, meaning the USA. He says no anchor babies. Just because you were born here from illegal immigrants don't mean you stay here.
Nothing was handed to them, and now these days you have illegal immigrants coming over, getting free Visa cards, free cell phones, free vouchers for this and that, free food.
Cesar, we are going to help fight and make sure that the right people stay here, DACA stays here. It's still a fight for us, for our people.
Is that contradictory to the way you voted, though?
What to do with the business is, people? It's your boy That Way with Jack Travis to be precise, man. Now, you know how we do, you know how we doing it. Back in the thing again, you understand me, man? Before we get into this here topic, man, if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe to the content, get me in the algorithm, and we will move accordingly, as I always say. Now, with that out of the way, you know, let's get to business, man. let's get to business. Now, I ain't gonna hold you, you know. It sort of saddens me, not. As we get into it, my sadness level will start to wash away. I'll be honest. But at this point, it's just like, you know, because I like Latin girls, you know. I like some of the cuisine. You know, I'm a taco fan. I'm a nacho salad, meat nachos type of guy. You dig what I'm saying? I don't get too deep into it. I'm not a Taco Bell frequenter or what have you. But our Latin, I don't know that I can even say brothers and sisters. I'm gonna just say the Latin people, because Latinx is apparently a term that is off the table. Donald Trump and them said we're not even allowing you to use Latinx anymore. I don't even know what Latinx means, and maybe I shouldn't. I'm not Latin, but I don't even know what it means. But you can't use it anyways no more. It's up and it's stuck. But the Latin people of our society, man, there's a phrase being coined, you dig, by the younger generation, and it goes by the simple initials of FAFO. You know what I mean? You fuck around, you find out. You know, when people tell you who they are, you believe them. Now, the people that I'm speaking on, that when I say when people tell you who they are, you believe them. There are people that, you know, me myself, in the current form, we've got a history that goes back about, more than 400 years. You know, depending on how deep you go into books and all that, it could go back thousands of years. But just for, you know, relevant terms, you know, about 300-400 years ago, man, we've been peeping the movements and understanding who they are for a long time. With that being said, our Latin people of the society, they don't have a righteous assessment of who they're dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? They are foggy in the clouds. I don't know if it's too much Telemundo or Universal, or I wish I could remember the joke that Tommy Davis used to do. Sábados, Abagande, or some shit. It was funny as hell when I seen it. But yeah, man, it's crazy. They don't know who they dealing with, bro. Like, it's beyond, you know, that group of people to just talk. You dig what I'm saying? That's why they crave power so much and do so much to maintain power, because they'll do some heinous shit, bro. Like, they will do some heinous shit. If they'll tell you they're going to do it, and their supporters support them doing it, and you go around and support them doing it, yeah, it's probably going to get done to you. Now, I'm going to take a sip of my liquid here, man. Oh, me, oh, my. Now, we have a video to get in. You see right here, Isaiah Factor, Uncensored. This show is out of Texas. I forget exactly what part of Texas. I think he's going to remind you. And apparently like it's a weekly thing he does. But this talk with these couple of Latin people on stage, man, is just going to blow your mind. I caught wind of it by watching somebody else's stream. And then I had to go and find this video for myself, man. And I ain't even get all the way through it. I may have got about 5 minutes into it, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop and I'm react to this video along with my viewers. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this is gonna be a surprise to me. Now I caught some of it from, like I said, watching someone else's show. But yeah, a lot of it will be fresh. I'll see it in the context and see it coming and this, that, and the third, man. But we're going to jump right into this video. Isaiah Factor Uncensored. Latino supporters of President-elect Trump speak out.
And thank you for staying up late with us for another edition of The Factor Uncensored. Good to see you all tonight, and we have some great guests and great topics. We begin tonight with a discussion that's been making waves, how some Latinos support President-elect Donald Trump. As we've reported, Trump has proposed mass deportations for illegal immigrants, saying you don't have to go home, but you have to get your ass the hell out of here, meaning the USA.
He had said it like that,
no
but
anchor
it's facts.
babies just because you were born here from illegal immigrants don't mean you stay here. His words. And here's a quick snapshot of voter turnout for the 2024 election. About 73 million Americans voted for Trump.
All right, so we off and running. Let me stop there because I was kind of blabbering and kind of stumbling and fumbling when I first got going. But you heard him say something about just because you're born here. That is, naturalized. Man, they like, that's out of here, bro. Just because you were born here, if your parents were illegal, all of y'all can go. Keep that in mind. Go and look into the Stephen Millers of the world. Stephen Miller's a real ghoul. Like, they're serious, man.
Including 45% of Latino voters. Tonight, we revisit this topic about the reasoning behind the support, a topic we began Monday. Let's jump back into the conversation. Joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight to talk about this, Executive Director Phil Houston, Cesar Espinoza, supporters of President-elect Donald Trump, Cristina Rodriguez, and Georgia Brago, along with Texas State Representative Jolanda Jones, who wouldn't ask Trump for a drop of water if her damn head was on fire. Burn, baby, burn.
Bruh,
This is true.
So you saw the earlier interview, and so you're joining us now. Your thoughts about Latinos supporting President-elect Donald Trump?
So sadly, I say I don't understand, but self-hate is real. And all I know is this. They say they did it for the economy and jobs. They ain't going to be here for a good economy if there is one, and ain't gonna be no
Talk to
jobs.
'em.
They're gonna get deported. They're trying to uncitizen people. There will be no anchor babies. And they said, you know what? We ain't got to separate your families. You know what we're going to do? We'll just take all of y'all. So
That's what he said.
I think they signed up for a bill of goods, and Trump is showing exactly who he is now. And I feel really badly for Latinos. However, they chose Trump overwhelmingly. So
And let's just go over this really
matter.
quick. Those who may not be in the country illegally, they didn't vote for Trump.
Right. Well,
At least we don't think
but-
so
but-
because they're not allowed by law. But you're saying those who are here legally who may have
Right.
family members that still may be illegal.
Right, but so first of all, I don't believe there's an illegal person, right? So you might be here undocumented, right? As you know,
But you still can't vote.
right? No, you cannot vote.
Right,
so there
right.
are no undocumented people voting for Trump. They didn't vote for Trump, right? The families did. But it's really interesting as I've listened to Latinos speak about it, and I have Latinos in my family. My son is half Latino. My ex-husband is Colombian, and my granddaughter is half Indian. Her mother's
Like, you know what's wild, what I just thought about when she said that? Yeah, I know, there's some conspiracy theories out here that, they importing illegal so they can vote. Again, illegals can't vote. But I have got the feeling, man, because as we get through this video, I'm going to bring up a couple different little things. I got a feeling that if they were allowed to vote, bro, they would have voted for Trump. If you just know the attitude that they have out here, bro, like, as, who they consider themselves to be and on the side of, even some, imagine that, illegal. You dig what and I'm sure, like I say, bro, like, we've seen videos and interviews with some parents that came here illegally and they were on the side of Trump. So I got the feeling that if they got him in the booth, that it wouldn't help the Democratic Party as much as, they trying to claim that they imported them in here to do just that. That'd just be wild. an illegal immigrant going, just knowing that you are on the first list to get out of here, going in there to vote for him because you picture yourself to be something different from, the other person that was running. And as we go on with this interview, you'll see what I mean. As far as I say, them considering themselves to be something different.
From India, her family's from India. And as I listen, it's just really interesting to me that it's like they played their little white card on election day and they're about to find out they're people of color.
All right, George, let's bring you into this conversation, hearing what Jolanda has to say. Your thoughts
This guy
about
right
that?
So
here.
I think the key word here is illegal, right? We're Americans. Latinos are Americans. We're not illegal. We voted for who we think will represent our best interests.
I don't think that's a true
We want
statement.
safety.
all of
Latinos come
itself,
here
brother.
for the American dream. That American dream is disappearing. The past few years have been tough for our people, not just for Latinos, for everyone. We come here for the American dream. We want safety for our children. We want better futures for our family. We want education, and we see that dwindling away. Mm-hmm. So we voted for who we think is in our best interest. That would be Donald Trump. Latinos don't identify with Kamala Harris. She's out there pandering and this and that. We're not with that. We're way past that. It just, Donald Trump, he's a billionaire businessman, yet he's out there speaking like just a common folk, It's just who we identify with. And yeah, the bottom line is.
Somewhere in Georgia's head and the Latino population widespread, somewhere in their head, they've convinced themselves that when Donald Trump talks like the common man, they think that they're they think that in some existence, in some part of the world, in the United States, in the establishment's mind, they think that they view them as like just the same as them, like the values that they uphold and that they out here advocating. None of that is with you in mind, bro. Like she said, you're gonna find out what color you are, Holmes. Do you think any of the prominent, the J.D. Vances, man, the Charlie Kirks, the Nick Flint, anybody you want to name, which one of them have you seen even out here with anything good to say about the Latino community? I don't see many of them. Maybe Marco Rubio's or whatever. I don't really know the ethnic breakdown of a lot of these people, but I don't see anything coming from their side that would make a Latino person think that, they really looking out for our community. They've only said what they want to do as far as getting y'all out of the country. And again, the underlying motive behind this thing will come out down the line in this interview, but George says she's out there pandering. The only thing I recall Kamala Harris doing on this campaign trail as it pertains to the Latin community is telling them that she valued them as people. She didn't have any mass deportation plans. You know what I'm saying? And since she came out with an olive branch and just treating them as humans, it's pandering to him. No, you know what it is, bro? It's Newsmax Fox brain. It's the brain of a guy that thinks he thinks he's got a better idea of the American dream. He's more in tune with the values of America, and he understands the decline of America more so than the counterpart. It's just pathetic work, bro. And he may be here legally. So he may not get deported, but the people that y'all don't care about in the face of the people you trying to pander to, you're the one pandering. You're repeating the same things you can go down Twitter and read. It's retarded, bro.
One of the biggest reasons was obviously economical reasons. We voted because of our pockets.
All right, Cecil, let's hear from you. When you hear, and if you were here for this conversation Monday, you like, what the hell is going on? And so your thoughts now.
I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, and we were talking about the fact that some people when they become either U.S. citizens or they've been here maybe a generation or two, they seem to
Super American.
They seem to get amnesia of where they came from, where their roots came from, and it seems like, and I've been talking to a lot of people in the last couple of days, and they're saying, you know, if we went through it, you have to go through it. Like, what happened to humanity? Where just because I went through something, you don't have to go through it. And the other thing is, you know, being a black man or black woman was illegal in this country at one point. So, and at times, being a white person was illegal in this country. When the Native Americans didn't invite pilgrims to come in and say, hey, give us smallpox, kill us, put us in reservations. No, they came, they conquered this country, they colonialized this country, and they fed and they embedded the colonialism mentality.
Now that goes to the point that I was hinting on earlier, man. Like I said, bro, there's countless accounts of past historical events, man, as it pertains to the European, man, and their colonization, their conquests all over the globe, bro. And it's never a pretty story. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe the version that you get in your textbook out of your local school is some type of kumbaya, everybody eat together for the first Thanksgiving story, but that's not how it really went down, bro. Like, they came and killed, R-worded and tortured and maimed and brought disease and weapon. Like, come on, bro. They were conquerors. Going back to the Roman days, you know, they just killed to kill. You're their neighbor. You're not from their town. They want to come and kill you and destroy your town. Not because they want to build something. You know, they went through like 1,000 years of dark ages at the peak of the Roman dynasty. You understand what I'm saying? They had conquered all of the land, but they didn't do anything with it. They just killed the people because the people weren't like them. That's what they do. They want it to themselves, and it's been like that for thousands of years. So that just goes back to the point I was saying, man. They really have no idea who they dealing with. And it's so silly to watch because now they have no one to turn to because black people are like, okay, really? We'll see how you're moving. All right, we're going to get this popcorn. Because January the 20th, bro, it's going to be a movie. It's going to be like a 4-year-long movie. I don't even know if it's going to take that long. But come January 20th, brother, it's going to be the start of a box office film. You watch what I tell you.
Into our people, and we still can't get over that. We still can't be proud of ourselves and speak our language and be proud of the fact that we're Latino, and now we have to play the white card and say, oh, I'm one of y'all. Hey, don't come ask me for my papers because now I'm one of you. And that's sad to hear.
Christina, your thoughts about this?
I'm a proud Mexican-American Chicana, and I know that there's many others who feel the same way that I do. I really feel like that we voted for President Trump because he really does stand for certain culture identities of outside of like just the color of our race, but also our morals, our values. And I really feel like that President Trump was the best selection for us to vote for.
For the color of her race,
actually
remember
voted
that.
for him.
Let's support Trump. He's a real criminal. 32 convictions. I mean, he's saying he's 34.
Kamala Harris is dumber than a box of rocks. She didn't have no policy. She didn't even have a plan. She didn't have anything.
And you clearly have.
Now, see, I can't even say I'm going to stop cutting the film. But this shit like this, and you know, I know somebody that's very near dear to my heart, man. You dig what I'm saying? And I hear a lot of run-ins and goings-ons with people from that community and Brody. You dig what I'm saying? These people are really out here in the streets. You just heard this woman say Kamala Harris is dumber than a box of rocks. Like, in what world do bruh, really? What the fuck? They really think they white people, bro. Because it's like, even they don't even, you know, they'll say it on TV, but they know to keep that shit on the television, on Twitter. But it's like, baby girl, like, do you really understand what's going on out here? Like, you can't just talk like that. You ain't got that kind of pass. I can promise you. It ain't not one black person out here giving you that pass. Dumber than a box of rock. You better watch your mouth. That's what you better do, Christina Gonzalez. That's what I got to say on That Way with Jack Travis.
Haven't sat for a bar? Because if you sat for a bar,
Just
you know,
because you have a
would
title
know.
doesn't mean that you're smart.
It's not a
I know
title.
people who
We
go to
have go
Harvard
school.
University
Guys,
and
one at a
others
time.
who
Let me
don't.
be clear.
I
went
bet
to high
you
school.
$1,000 to a bucket of rocks. She doesn't know anyone that attends Harvard University. I bet you that. You call that statement what you will. I bet you Christina Gonzalez does not know one person in her real life that attended Harvard University. For her to make the point that I know people that went to Harvard and I guess they dumb as a box of rocks, and Christina Gonzalez sitting on here with the bad pantsuit is smart. Her and George, y'all are smart. You know, that never ceases to amaze me, right? You scroll Twitter, you check out these various little places. They hate the FBI, they hate the CIA, they hate the government. They think everybody is dumb, is a plant, is a rhino, and this, that. And so what have you done in your life? Like, you know, you really have to be smart to understand levels of government and foreign policy and economics, micro, macro. You understand what I'm saying? You're not just going to stumble into this kind of knowledge. Perfect example would be Elon Schmuck. He tweets every day something about government, and it's obvious that he doesn't understand how these things work. Like, it's really a job that you have to work at and have some understanding. But these chuds just out here in the regular world with a basic level of education somehow think that they're smarter than people in the FBI, the CIA, government positions their entire life. He read the Epoch Times and watch Newsmax and like it takes a certain amount of stupidity to think that just coming off the street, just waking up out the bed in the morning, you roll up out the bed, and you know more about complex theories and shit that you've never studied. You just don't watch some shows, and you know more about it than the people that actually work there. You know how to point moles and traders, and man, get out of here, bro. It's so pathetic, man. But as I always say, you can't expect a person to think above their pay grade, bro. That's a blanket statement.
I graduated from college, 4 years of that.
Your
I went to
title
law
doesn't
school.
make you anything.
I didn't say
Your
it
title
did.
doesn't
But
make
you know
you
what?
smart.
The people elected
And just
me.
because you're
The people
you
elected
passed
me,
the
and I am
bar
the
does
state
not make
representative
you
for House
smart.
District 147.
Well,
but it's just like women
just
to
because
put
you passed
women
the
down
bar.
and to call them dumb. So what is she? I mean, she ain't got no degree. Is she dumb?
Yes, she's dumb.
I do have a marketing degree, by the way. And I'm not-
Oh
you
my
know that-
God.
What is your degree,
Christina
mama?
Gonzalez with a marketing degree. For those of you that don't know what marketing is selling to people. I don't know that you go to a real college to get a marketing degree. You know, con men are the best salesmen and shit like that. You don't go and get a real degree to be, yeah, and you know. Maybe you do. Maybe there's programs out here, so let me not shit on everybody's college. But I'll most certainly shit on Christina Gonzalez's marketing prowess. She's got a marketing degree, let her tell it. And that qualifies her to say that Kamala Harris and her various law degrees and positions that she's held is just poo-poo. You should have had her on a better pantsuit. Maybe I could be like, well, she fine, bro. So I'm going to just kind of let her get a pass. She ain't even none of that.
Anyway, the point is, self-hate is real.
Look at her.
Self-hate is real, and I pray for Latinos in this country because they're going to get
Guys,
deported
one time.
and
Okay, we're
their
going to turn off
families.
mics. Okay, Christina, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Since you started it,
No.
wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm just,
truly
saying,
crazy.
like, we needed policy, we needed a plan. All she ever talked about was LGBTQ and abortion rights.
We'll continue
And
in just a second.
that's
All
it.
right. We'll let you finish, Christina and Yolanda.
And
on the
she
Christina
didn't
and
just-
Yolanda show.
She didn't just talk about LGBT rights.
We'll be
So, and I'm glad Miss Lady said that. Shalonda, I think they said, man, like, it's been an amazing election cycle to watch, bro. With the results evident, and when you see the things that people try to stand on as to why that they don't like Kamala, like it's obvious the bias, and it's obvious why they voted for Donald Trump, bro. They voted for the white guy over the black woman. This is point blank and period. You can't point to any policies that Donald Trump had. And you know, that's why they always say she didn't have any, because they can't say Look at this, what policy Trump had, and he had this. Trump said he had concepts of a plan. I'm telling you, bro, but none of them are brave enough, and that's what I hate about people. And maybe, that may be a flaw in me because, I'll burn some shit down, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I try to pride myself on not coming across people in some type of lame manner. You know what I'm saying? I try to be solid with my arguments, the way I treat people. So anytime, I don't care who it is. This has been the story of my life. I don't care who it is. If you come across me wrong on some bullshit and you trying to sell me on your bullshit and want to play the role of you not liking how I react or whatever, like, the worst thing I'm gonna forget in the world is fucking with me when I'm in the right about something. And you want me to play the bigger man role or something. I'm not with it. I'm gonna let you know what's happening and we can go to hell with it from here on. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what bothers me about people. I would rather them just come out and say, man, we are more like, we assimilate, we liken ourselves more to white people than black people. And so, we'll vote for him because we feel like we're going to have a better outcome with him. We'd rather do things the way that white people do it. I'd rather them just come out and say that because everything else they try to use as their arguments, it's like it just sounds stupid. So instead of being able to show the policies that Trump had, they'll say the policies that Kamala didn't have, which is a bold-faced lie. The lady did plenty of interviews. She laid out all kind of plans for tax credits and student loans. She had all types of things. Now, I don't know the whole list because I'll be honest. I voted for her because she's the black lady. You dig what I'm saying? You see how I'll say it. I'll come out and say it. I just wish they were the same way.
Back after this. Stay with us here on The Factor Uncensored. We have much more coming your way.
We will begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. President-elect Trump there speaking on one of his campaign promises to begin mass deportations, which include DACA recipients, also known as Dreamers. Republicans are inching closer to control of Congress, which would make it pass their agenda for at least the next 2 years of Trump's second presidency. Our guests are back. Executive Director of Field Houston, Cesar Espinosa, supporters of President-elect Donald Trump, Cristina Rodriguez and George Abrego, along with Texas State Representative Jolanda Jones. So we want to welcome you back here on The Factor Uncensored.
George got on some of them Charlie Chaplin motherfuckers,
and I saw and viewed, and also listened to an NPR video where they said they interviewed those who came from other countries in America, and they said they become super Americans, more Americans than the average American because they want to fit in, meaning Latinos, those who came from other countries. And so do you think that could be part of the problem? And I'm not saying problem. Part of
it is a problem
to figure out as an individual who's confused why they would vote for Trump.
No, so I understand that. I went to high school. One of my best friends was Mexican American. Her parents immigrated over here, and she and her sisters were born here. And her parents literally didn't teach them Spanish because they wanted for them to assimilate. They had concerns that they would be discriminated against. And hell, I speak Spanish better than her. Hablo español aprendí en las escuelas, right? So I can speak Spanish.
They get it, Jolanda. Okay, Jolanda on her shit. People should
be proud of their culture. But there are people in this country who don't like Latinos, and they speak horribly of them, and so they're trying to be more American than them. And it just makes me sad because I think that you can't be great at who you are unless you know from where you come. And also, if you take a grandmother and you take them away from their family, I mean, that's just not right to break up families. And it's not children's faults whose parents have them here. They didn't ask to be born in the States, and they are citizens, and it's not their fault. So to uncitizen people is a problem as well. And I don't think it's well thought out. And I think that people are believing that they're going to keep families together and they're only going to get the criminals.
All right.
But they literally have deported U.S. citizens.
Okay, George, let's bring you into this. The theory of super Americans being more American than American because the roots may be from somewhere else. And also your thoughts on separating families.
You know, the super American theory, Though I've heard that before, whether it exists or not, I'm sure it exists. I've never experienced that personally with anyone that I know.
You
I'm
are
sure
a super American,
exists and
George.
it's out there. But the thing is, we're Americans. Whether I'm Latino, African American, Asian American, whatever, we're Americans. That's it. I just see myself as an American. I will never forget my background, where I came from. My parents came here, my grandparents came here with nothing on their back. They came for that American dream. They busted their butts to work and to give me and my brother everything that we have and to bring us up. Nothing was handed to them. And now these days you have illegal immigrants coming over, getting free Visa cards, free cell phones, free vouchers for this and that, free food. What sense does that make? It makes no sense at all, to where my parents and grandparents came over here, had to literally bust their butt to get what they got.
All right, Cesar, let's hear from you.
Bro, do you hear this, man? George literally has a problem with the system that they have set up for immigrants into the country now. The green card, the food assistance, the vouchers. From what I understand, bro, that's not being given to illegal immigrants. That's what you get once you go through the process. But from what I understand, the process is slow. It's so slow and drawn out that's why a lot of them choose to jump the line. You know what I'm saying? But George said, my parents, you don't know what your parents did when they came over here. You was a little kid, wasn't even born yet or whatever. You don't remember back then. It's not them sitting there talking about, all I had to do to get here. I resent the fact that people are getting. You don't even have a dog in this fight, George, but he's a super American. What is the difference between George and Tucker Carlson? Just think about Tucker Carlson talking just in a random Twitter roast or rant or what have you, and think about, what's the difference? What's the difference in George and Steven Crowder? Now, I'll tell you the main difference. It's a makeup of the skin that covers the biggest organ on your body, your skin. It's a difference in those two. George doesn't understand that. George thinks if he stands on the side of them and says what they say, that they'll look at him and look past him. Man, you got to be some of the biggest fools, bro. And again, you have nowhere to turn to. People are ready to watch this with a bit of glee, and it's sad to see.
Immigration policies that your grandparents and your ancestors were able to come here, were able to establish themselves and provide
there's a right way to do
with
it.
with a better life. What is the right way to do it? I waited for 33
Not
years
illegally.
to get to where I am today.
Again, George didn't go through a process. He was born here. He doesn't know.
Became a green card holder.
The easy or hard way to do this.
I'm going to change my name to Charles and start forgetting my
Right.
George. We have to be proud of who we are. We have to stand up for one another, because I guarantee you that when they come for one of us, they're going to come for all of us, and they're not going to care whether you're third, fourth generation. They're going to come after you. They're going to question you. If you walk into a store and with a Caucasian, they're going to look at you different, and we can't. America is not a post-racial America. We are still a very segregated nation based on slavery. I mean, can we just have a show on this, Isaiah? I think we need to have a series on this.
I don't live in that snowflake mentality of victim. I'm a victimhood. We're past that.
There's
No,
snowflake
we are past
mentality.
that. We're way past that, because you just got your green card. You just got your immigration status. So right now on this time, while all of this nonsense is going on about Latinos, the immigration lawyers are about to bawl. And there's people like me who are going to fight for those who are undocumented. There's people like you who are going to fight for the undocumented, because I have a business. I have a nonprofit. We work in the same area in Houston. So we know that this is not just going to be a fight that's just going to go and happen and these people are going to get deported. No, it's not.
All
people
right.
like myself who
We'll
are
be
proud.
right back. We'll let
do something.
Christina finish her.
Christina Gonzalez with the bad pantsuit has a marketing degree. Unless she gonna be like, what is she gonna put together, like the commercial and the campaign to like post the ICE number everywhere? That's what I would marketing. What, from a marketing standpoint, what can she do to help illegal immigrants to stay in the country? You understand what I'm saying? But from the way she talks, I could see her being the head of the movement to plaster billboards everywhere and call in on businesses and all that. George already lets you know George is going to be one of the ones to call ICE on some of his people. You can already look at his shoes and tell. Look at his shoes. If you see the Charlie Chaplins, he all the way, like he 100 years like assimilate with the white man. You feel me? He got, come on, bro. George is just a mess right now. George said that, they ain't even with that. What do you say? I forget what he said, but it was some little buzzword. I ain't gonna go. Yeah, let me go back 10 seconds.
Point after we come back. Stay with us here on The Factor Uncensored. We'll continue this conversation. And welcung back to The Factor Uncensored. Our guest here, Christina.
That's the thing that they try to put on black people when we bring up our gripes and our problems out here. Oh, you're just victims, man. You always want to be the victim. You always want to be the victim. And I'll have you know, there are, by factors of 10, black people out here doing their thing and being good pillars of the society and good viable citizens out here, more so than the crimes you hear online from Chicago and little places like that. Do not let that get you skewed, because I'm telling you, bro, I'm trying to keep y'all, cool out here. What did I just open up? Get off my screen thing. But it's just like, bro, some of the things y'all let come out of y'all mouths, bro, it's like, I hope you keep that mentality just inside of your head. Because you go out here in these streets, man, and think you just gonna, they got a black lady right there. You know what I'm saying? She ain't really gonna get too huffy. But it's just like, if you take that mentality outside with you in everyday life, as if, black people out here, y'all just vote with Congress because that's the victim. Y'all play victims, and we the, we standing up out here. Y'all, man, I'm telling you, it's not gonna go well for you, George, and you're not gonna be able to catch a lot of grip in them Charlie Chaplins. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It's just, it don't seem like it's gonna go well for you. You understand what I'm saying? If you go out here into these streets with that Kamala Harris dumb as a box of rocks, she pandering, we not victims, we know what the American ideals are more so, man, you might get slid up out of them, bro. I'm just trying to, you feel me?
Your point.
I'm just going to say this. Immigration lawyers are about to ball because there is going to be a big fight. There's a big fight that's going to happen, and it's going to be to keep people here who are supposed to be here. If you're illegal and you're doing things that are against the law, you better be afraid. But people like myself, people like Cesar, we are going to help
okay,
fight
so imagine this in the world, bro.
Like,
okay. Yeah, sure, you got Latino judges and what have you. But I could see in a Donald Trump America, I could see the Latino lawyer fighting for illegal immigrants. I could see him damn near getting deported. And then you say, okay, he's a lawyer, he know this shit, he know they can't do that. Okay, he would go and fight it in the courts. Yeah, okay. Well, you've got like a 1 out of 2 chance of running across a judge that's sympathetic to Donald Trump. 76 million voted for Trump, 73 million voted for Kamala. So you're liable to go into the court of law and they have it all hung up and they get it convoluted. It ain't just black and white, cut and dry. Yeah, you're here illegally. You've been practicing for years, like he can't bother you. I can see I can see that situation getting sticky. And then who they gonna complain to? Who they gonna get out and protest and impress people with? No one's gonna give a damn, bro. You liable to get crushed on every level that you try to fight this thing, because again, Donald Trump and the Republicans have the House and the Senate. And again, 76 million people voted for him. So you've got like a 1 out of 2 chance of running in the facilities that you have to deal with people that have power of your lives in these institutions, the police officers, and this, that, and the third. You've got like a 1 out of 2 chance that they're sympathetic to Trump and MAGA, which would not bode well for you. Christina Gonzalez with the bad pantsuit.
DACA stays here. It's still a fight for us, for our people.
Is that contradictory to the way you voted, though?
It's not contradictory because it's just his opinion. What he wants, what he feels is right, is not always right. Just because you have a title doesn't make you smart.
Will somebody
get to a certain school?
For this purpose right here, I gotta say, my boy, somebody get my boy Donald Trump on the line and tell him a Latino woman down in Texas just said his opinion ain't shit. She just said what Donald Trump think don't matter. That's what he think is gonna happen, but I got some more shit for him. That way Christina Gonzalez with the bad pantsuit down in Texas just said with the marketing degree. She just told Trump, nigga, you got another thing coming. You get that shit off your mind. Man, somebody please send this video to Stephen Miller.
Doesn't mean that you come from the best background. There's just people who just think a certain way, and there's people like us that have to show you that's not always the right way.
The problem is he stacked the courts, right? So he literally stacked the courts with people who believe exactly like him, and they're sycophants. So like somebody like Cesar can be sued and they can win when they have a fair shot, but then the AG is going to go appeal it, and it's going to go up to the Republican Supreme Court. And so what's going to end up happening is,
I didn't even know she had made it.
You have people here that are here like they're supposed to be here, but Trump's Supreme Court, as a person who's been a lawyer for 29 years, one thing that was established in this country is that once they establish like a law, that's it. Trump's Supreme Court has been activist, and they've changed laws, and so DACA should be here, but it's gonna be
talking
gone.
Like it should be.
Right,
Man,
it's gonna be
do what
gone.
they supposed to
and
do.
I
They
think
do what they want to do.
It's going to be really.
We don't know
so
that.
stupid.
We don't know that
Oh.
for
Yes,
sure.
we do.
We don't.
Yes,
We
we
don't
do.
know
We
for
can thank
sure.
Obama
we
for
do.
that, for leaving
It's
all those
going down.
documents. and for
Obama was
taking
the
them.
number one to just.
You see what I'm saying? You see that right there?
You know what?
Trump thinks that.
I'm telling you, bro. Man, there's gonna be some smoke in your city. Man, I might need to find the ice number myself. For some odd reason, Christina Gonzalez with the bad pantsuit has let come out of her mouth that Kamala Harris is dumb as a box of rocks. And then she got a fact about Barack Obama. He's the biggest deporter. You know that's a right-wing talking point. Now, maybe he did deport the most. But goddamn it, since when have white people and Republicans had a problem with getting illegal immigrants out the country? They all for it now. But when Obama sent out apparently the most, now it's a problem. No, you know what's a problem? You just want to find anything, every bad fact that you can store in your brain, oddly enough, goes back to a black person. Kamala Harris and Barack Obama. And that's it, man. That is a prevalent thing on the right side of this thing. And for these people on the stage to be like, boy, what world do they think they live in, cuz? All roads lead back to Kamala Harris, Barack, and Michelle Obama. Bro, like they cannot keep their names out of their mouth, bro. You know what I'm saying? And there's something to that, to me. You dig what I'm saying? Now, again, I'm the type of person that'll come out and say how I feel. I really wish they would do the same.
The Hispanics and Puerto Ricans are trash.
No, that wasn't him who said that. That was one of his representatives. Nope, go back and watch that. But it wasn't him, and it doesn't even matter. So somebody else said it, but it wasn't him.
And he's my saffron. He
She
said
is
something offensive to
retarded.
somebody
It
else.
wasn't him.
That's not going to be
She's
my
so
saffron.
Okay, let me just say this. Look, Latinos are naturally conservative. Whether you like it or not, it's very true. Naturally conservative. We value family values, religion.
That ain't nothing different.
That's what we value, you know.
Right. What are you talking about? See, this air of we understand the American values. We come to America and live more like a civilized person. It's as if he said that as if old girl and people on, like, we have no idea of what it is to be a civilized American and good values and want our kids to be raised in safe environments. Like, it's that air right there that just make you look at them like, bruh, I really don't care what happened to you. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you hadn't even been around to play long enough, bro, to even talk like you've been around long enough to figure things out and understand. Man, you have a completely different existence here, bro. But this little soapbox that they stand on, bro, I'm telling you, January 20th.
The Republican side of things, right?
Democrats.
No, they're just
The
Democrats haven't done anything in the past 4 years.
So
Let's talk economy.
let me finish with
Okay,
this. Let me
all
finish
right.
with this. You know, I believe it was in 1982, Ronald Reagan said that Latinos are conservative. They just don't know yet. Well, now it's 2024, and they know it. when we know it. The world knows
Did he
it.
just
America
quote
knows it.
Ronald
Go
Reagan?
ahead,
Well,
Cesar.
I'm here to change the world, so we're going to make Latinos a lot more progressive.
And I'm
but
right there with you,
it's,
too,
It's
so.
important to point out that we talk a lot about economics, what for the economy. Wait till you start mass deporting people, and people start leaving.
That
There
already
she go
started,
again.
started with the Obama.
There she go
It
again.
And
started
people
with the
started leaving
Obama.
like places
It
like
has
they
already
didn't.
You know how many presidents we
And
had
the
since
burgers
Barack
start
Obama?
costing $52, $26, whatever. An iPhone's going to cost $300 more. There's a lot of things that are coming, and then people are going to say, "Oh, we messed up.
And
We
it
don't
had
want to be
it
in the
was
field."
happening
I would
during the
trip
past
Christine. If
4
I was
years.
walking beside her,
Until the
I'd do
election
the
right
little
now.
slick
Really
behind your
always
leg.
there.
I'd
Ronald
trip
Reagan
her
talked
up.
in
about
the
trickle down
House.
economics, and economics didn't trickle down. So he's like the great white hope for people that want to be super white.
The
And I'm
economics
telling
didn't
you
even
that it
make
does
sense
not trickle
whenever
down
Biden
to
was
the
in the
people that
administration.
are on
Everything
welfare.
went up.
And let me be clear.
Everything
if
went up.
you are fortunate enough to not be deported, we ain't gonna have no public school system. How your kids gonna get educated?
All right, you got the last 10 seconds, Christina.
The American Academy, that's going to be online, and that's
Oh,
where
my God.
people are going to be able to get
Oh,
a free
my
education.
Not everybody
And
has
so,
internet
you know
or
what?
Not
We
everybody
need to
home.
really know where this money is going, because some of this money is going to places that it shouldn't be going, into pockets that it shouldn't be going. So, you know what? We do need a Department of Efficiency, and I'm glad that is being
She's
set.
talking about Doge.
Elon,
It was
billionaire
about
Musk.
5 months.
So
Thank you all
Elon,
for
the
joining us here on the
billionaire Musk,
Factor
who has
Uncensored.
transformed
Oh my God. This was again, man. January the 20th, bro. It's gonna be a movie out here, man. And I can't bring myself to have any kind of sympathy for it. You dig what I'm saying? 'Cause when you listen to this, and this is probably the 5th, 6th interview I've seen, and it's just like, what world do they live in, bro? It's so telling. Like, just their conversation, bro. Like, it's so telling that they have no earthly clue about how America works, bro. Like, and it's so sad. You know, when it comes to, the Caucasian side of things, bro, they don't even like a lot of their own people. Other races don't stand a chance, bro. I promise you. Like, rich people hate broke white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, a whole different just amalgamation of melanin in your skin and a different culture. You don't stand a chance, bro. If we were back in the Roman days, which they still try to do now, but you can't just go and kill and destroy things these days. But if we were back in them days, bro, like, they would just be killing people and just, you feel me? Like, it wouldn't be a process. They wouldn't care about your human rights and what you had to say and how long and what you've contributed. Have you not paid attention to what we've been through the last 40 years? All the strides we've made, but we are still thoroughly discriminated against. And you think because of the last 50 years or something that y'all been coming and cutting, let me not say that. But you think the workplace contributions that you all put in the last 50 years endears you to white people, bro? Like, oh my God. So again, man, and I hate to say it, bro, but if I turn my TV on throughout 2025, the only way that I'm going to feel bad is if I see some kids getting separated, because the kids, young kids, it's not their fault, bro. So that's going to be a bad thing to watch. But, if you're tasked with making the bed, if someone says, hey, this is the bed that you're going to sleep in tonight, right? It's up to you how you arrange that bed, how you want to sleep. It's up to you to go in there and prepare that bed in a way that when you lay down, it's going to be comfortable to you. You're going to get a good night's rest. If you don't give a damn, you throw it together any kind of way. You got creases all in the bed. You don't sleep good. You got webs and creases and stuff on your skin when you get up. Well, you made that bed. And so I think that those chickens about to come home to roost. And, from what I'm understanding out here, man, we really don't give a damn. You understand what I'm saying? If you are able to come out your mouth and be Billy Badass like this on the camera, then let's see what you tell the people when they pull up asking for your papers, and you can't get in touch with your grandma then, or uncle or cousin, then we'll see what kind of energy you got then. Christina Gonzalez with the bad pantsuit and the marketing degree. And we'll see how this thing play out, man. I hope they have a good Christmas and all that. You know what I'm saying? Get some good memories in, because I got a feeling that their American dream is about to come crashing down and turn into American nightmare in about a month from now. So I'll keep y'all updated on things as they happen. And until then, this has been That Way with Jack Travis. I'll get at y'all soon. Blow.